Um, Good morning, good afternoon. I have to do a workshop today. So my name is Minnie Kenoras, and I'm from Salmon BC. And I have been doing baskets for quite some time. And I reel pretty well a common basket now. So it is called the Ponderosa pine needles. The Ponderosa pine needles can be getting around here in BC, quite a lot all over, down around the Fraser, the rivers, Tridge, Penticton, Okanagan, different places, Salmon Arm around Enderby. But these are the Ponderosa pine needles. And some are shorter and some are longer, so I prefer the longer ones, but they still, all of them still make baskets. So these baskets are, today what we're going to start with is just the basics, and I'm going to show you how to start them. And so here we go. I take some of these needles that is here with the brown tops on them, and I take the ends off of them, and you've got to hold them halfway, quite close, and you will take the brown part off. Okay, hi, I'm back again here, and I started off with showing you how to take these dark ends off the pine needles, and we have to take them off to begin the basketry. So you take the ends off, which it will look like this. You put them there. You try to be careful with them because they do break apart. By holding them right on the very end and taking them off, then they stick together. It's not that harder to work on if they broken in pieces. Like broken in pieces, the whole thing does come apart. So you take them off, and to start this now, I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of them. I'm just going to start you off with the basics, how you do this. So you will start a bunch of them to begin your basket. And so now what's going to happen here is I'm going to get them together and start the basket. So now I've got some here which look like this now with no ends on them. And now I will take 1, 2, 3, 4, which is all together, they ain't broken apart. Now I will put these together all like this, and I will hold it like that, and I'll put it down. Now I'm going to get the raffia and thread the needle. I have the raffia here, and I don't want it too thick, so I will break it apart. Now I'll look for a piece where I can thread the needle easy, so I'll look for a nice flat piece, and I pinch it over. A nice flat piece, you will pinch it over. Then you have a needle. The needle is tapestry needles, and they're not really that sharp, but they have a big eye on them. And so you put the eye over top the raffia that you have pinched, and this is how you thread it. Now you've got to thread it. So now the ones that you have put down, and you've got them in together, you hold it. Then you grab the very end of your raffia now, the one on the very bottom, you thread. You cut this even.
Just, could you repeat that, what you do with that raffia?
You take the raffia and you put it underneath your thumb, and you wrap 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you will take the needle and push it, and don't wrap it too tight. You've got to draft 4 times around, coming back towards yourself here, towards your face. And now you put your needle through. And this is the only knot you're going to have in your basket at all. So now you've got this. So now you have a little tail hanging out from the thread you were honing. So I usually cut that off just to make it more neater. Now I've got this in my hands. I'm going to start turning it. I turn it right around. Push it right around. I push it right around. And I push it up together. And this is where I make my first stitch. Goes over, always over, and back towards you.
So did you make a little spiral with that end?
A what?
A little spiral up close of what you started there?
It just turned around. It's coming in, and then you keep another stitch. I did 3 stitches so far, and now I'm turning it again. I'm turning it around again, making a circle. And I'm pushing it with my thumb and my other thumb here and hand, making it a circle. So it's coming into a circle around. You see it coming around.
Okay.
We are. And so we keep pinching it with our fingers like this to make it round. And then we keep pulling it around the circle. Around the circle. And you start stitching it again, but don't go in the middle. You're off. That it has a good grip on it. You can feel the side of it. You don't go right in the middle at all, because it'll bung your whole basket up. Your basket. So here we are on the side, and you're going around, not in the middle, remember. Over again, over, turning, turning, making sure it's keeping round, turning, and you see you spacing the stitches out also. You're having that space in here, 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 here. By having that space in there, you can see what it does on the basket here later, because of the space. So we have, and you keep pushing it with your finger, and keep turning and keep going, keep spacing out. So that's the basic of starting your basket. And just keep going, keep stitching. And I'll keep this one going down to where I'm going to show you where to add a needle. Then this is going to be the basic of your basket. So you do have to add every so often to keep your thickness of your basket.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the hardest part of making your basket, is beginning right in the beginning here. This is the hardest part. But once you get that happening around, then start learning to space it out. Sometimes it's hard for you to space it out, but if you keep practicing, you will get it. And by not using too thick of a raffia, and a good sized needle, which this is a medium, about a medium needle. Sometimes you prefer a smaller needle. Some people can work with a smaller needle. Now I did one, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to start adding by adding a pine needle. 1, 2, 3, and I add now, and you put it right in the very middle. Push that in there, and you pull this around, and you start to stitch it again. And another one, you did 1 stitch, you did another one, so this is 3 stitches. Then you look at this, you see how this is. And it kind of looks like you could add another one right away. So now you did 3 stitches, so you add another one. And you keep doing this as you go along, but you got to keep remembering, if your pine needle is really a small one, a skinny one, try to get one that's, the same size if possible. And you got to add, like, I would add like four pine needles if it was scrawny little needles. But 1, 2, 3, go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 stitches, add another one, 1, 2, 3 stitches, add another one, and that'll bring you the basics of your basket. So now we check it out, and we see that we've got a nice round circle. So this is the beginning of your first basketry for your workshop today. And it does take practice, but it's just like if you know how to sew, it'll come to you. Okay,